Today, we are going to be installing our ground-mounted Traxx fence or privacy solution. To complete today's install, you'll need the following tools. You'll also need deck or fence boards that are 6 feet or less, quick-setting concrete bags, gravel, water, and a mixing stick to help mix the water into the concrete. Start by hammering in wood stakes and run a tight string to represent your fence line. To calculate the distance between each post, take the length of your boards and add 1.5 inches to allow for the thickness of the Traxx post. When planning for a gate, follow the gate's recommended opening size rather than adding 1.5 inches. If your install location has a significant slope, be sure to install it from the highest point. Stair-step down the elevation change by a full board width to ensure your boards line up for a professional-looking installation. Our Traxx system has a manufacturer recommended width of 6 feet and has a maximum privacy height of 6 feet high. Our Traxx 102 posts can accommodate boards up to 1 inch thick, and our Traxx 108 posts can accommodate up to 1.25 inch thick. Pick up a pack of our easy-to-slide-in Traxx LN8 liners to accommodate thin nominal fence boards. Our Traxx 102 posts fit boards between 3.25 inch and 5/8 inch thick with the liners installed. Our Traxx 108 posts fit boards between 1 inch and 5/8 inch thick with the liners installed. We recommend using a square to help keep your stringline corners 90 degrees. Once you have all your hole markers placed, remove your string line so that you can start digging your post holes. The holes for your post should be at least 8 inches wide and 36 inches deep. Before you begin digging, make sure you have completed an underground utility survey to avoid damaging any underground infrastructure. Using an auger or post hole digger to dig your holes is recommended. Once your hole is 36 inches deep, use a 2x4 or a tamper to compact the soil and add 4 inches of gravel to the bottom of the hole. Evenly tamp down the gravel to allow for proper drainage underneath the post. Next, measure your desired post height and mark it with some painter's tape. Use the painter's tape as a visual guide to ensure your hole is the correct depth. Add or remove gravel if necessary. If you want your fence or privacy screen to be shorter than 6 feet, wear eye protection and cut down the Traxx post with a saw blade from metal. Once your post is the correct height, attach a post level with an elastic band. Adjust your post until both top bubbles are in the middle at the same time to ensure your post is plumb. Have a friend hold the post plumb while you fill the hole with quick-setting post concrete. Add the appropriate amount of water according to your concrete instructions. Mix the water into the concrete and let it sit for the length of time listed on your concrete bag. Use a damp cloth to clean off any concrete dust before it hardens to the post. Remove the marking tape. Make sure to double-check your post is plumb while the concrete is hardening. Once your concrete is set, add dirt around the base of the post to hide the concrete and tamp it flat. Line up a board lock into the board lock groove and use a mallet to slide it down the post. Starting with the post at the highest elevation, secure your first board lock at the bottom of the post. Slide in your first board and use scrap wood to make it level on the opposite end of the deck or fence board. Once leveled, mark the height of the bottom of the board onto the Traxx post with a pencil. Once marked, remove the board. Slide in the next board lock and line up the top of the board lock with your mark. Secure the board lock and double-check that your first board is level. Add in the rest of the boards until you reach your desired height. Mix and match your board materials or paint your boards to personalize your fence design. Use a mallet to add another board lock at the top and use a drill with the included hardware to secure it to the post. When leaving an open space for a gate, run a level across from the previously installed bottom board lock to find the height of the board lock for the next fence panel. Place your fence board on the secured board lock and level the bottom fence board before marking the board lock height on the post. Secure the board lock and insert the rest of your boards. Once you reach your desired privacy height, secure the boards with a board lock on each post. Pick up our 50-pack of half-inch spacers with included hardware if you want to create a unique slatted look. If you run into a significant slope, level off a bottom board that lines up with your last section. Tape a pencil to a scrap piece of wood that is the same height as your board. Slide the scrap wood and pencil along the ground while marking the fence board with a pencil. Use a jigsaw or handsaw to cut along your pencil line. Slide in your cut board and make sure it's level. For substantial elevation changes, consider installing your posts closer together to reduce the bottom gap. You can also add dirt from the post holes to fill in any minor slope changes. Polish off your fence or privacy screen with our sold separately filler strips to fill any unused openings. Use a mallet to secure the included post cap onto each post. Easily add one of our iron gates using self-tapping screws to add functionality and security to your property. Remember to accessorize with our aluminum inserts, and be sure to pick up an extra insert to give your pet a secure window-like view. And that's it! You successfully installed a beautiful and long-lasting fence or privacy screen with your ground-mounted Traxx posts. Visit 𝗍𝗶𝗿.com to learn more.